My girlfriend shouted, "You're simply jealous." She added, "I earn more than you do." This came up during our argument over her excessive shopping habits. I gave a small smile and replied, "Yes, you're completely correct." Then I opened the shared folder, and the moment she saw the screen, her eyes widened in shock. I'm 29 years old and have been dating my girlfriend Fiona for 5 years. We started living together 2 years back, and I truly believed our relationship was strong and stable. I'm employed in software engineering, nothing glamorous, just a reliable paycheck. She works in corporate marketing, and yes, her salary is higher than mine. On average, perhaps 30% more in a strong year. I never minded it at all. In fact, I felt genuinely happy about her professional achievements. That wasn't the problem. The trouble began quietly. About 3 months earlier, she started mentioning the need for more client dinners. She described it as networking, crucial for advancing in her job. I trusted her explanation. Why wouldn't I after 5 years together? She'd return home close to midnight, carrying the scent of fine wine and a fragrance that didn't belong to her. Whenever I inquired about her evening, her responses stayed vague and short. Just the standard stuff, dull discussions, yet certain changes stood out. Her phone would glow with notifications, and she'd angle the screen away so I couldn't glimpse it. She began hitting the gym at 6 in the morning, strange since she'd always despised early hours. Hair appointments shifted to every 2 weeks instead of every 6. Packages of new outfits kept showing up via delivery apps. Initially, I convinced myself I was overreacting. That's how poisonous dynamics work. They cause you to doubt your own judgment. The real breaking point came from the spending. The monthly statement for our joint credit card arrived in my inbox. I routinely check it since I manage the household payments. There it was, $4,200 charged at an upscale hotel in the city center. 3 separate transactions spread across 2 weeks. I phoned her right away. She claimed it was for a corporate getaway. I already mentioned it to you, but she hadn't. I searched our message thread, 0 mention. Fiona, there's nothing here about any retreat. You're not paying attention, you never do. That's when the manipulation intensified. All of a sudden, I became the absent-minded one. The inattentive partner, the guy sabotaging our bond out of envy. That evening marked our first serious argument in ages. She accused me of failing to cheer on her ambitions, of secretly resenting her accomplishments, of feeling intimidated by her freedom. That's when those words came out. We stood in the kitchen. She was walking back and forth, waving her arms dramatically. "You know something? You've always been jealous because I bring home more money." It's so childish, a grown adult feeling small over his partner's income. I stayed silent for a while. Money had never been a topic I raised. I wasn't the one blowing cash wildly. I wasn't racking up thousands on hotel stays. Then I responded, "You're correct, I truly am envious of the money." I headed to my laptop even as she kept ranting. She paused mid-thought. "What are you up to now?" I ignored her and pulled up our cloud drive, the joint space where we both store pictures. I browsed the latest files, mostly shots of us. Holiday snaps from the previous summer, casual selfies. Then I located the others. Images uploaded 3 weeks earlier from that very same high-end hotel. Fiona standing beside a stranger, his arm wrapped around her waist, her cheek resting against his shoulder. A tight shot of the two at a dinner table, wine glasses raised, bodies tilted close. Additional shots followed. Them walking a corridor, them near the swimming pool, them inside what appeared to be a suite. No nudity, but the closeness screamed everything. "What are you staring at?" Her tone shifted instantly. She understood. I stayed quiet. I simply rotated the screen so she could see clearly. I observed her reaction. All color vanished from her cheeks. She even wobbled slightly. For a moment I thought she might collapse. "That's not, I can clarify everything." "Clarify what exactly?" "Planning to fill me in on your so-called team-building trip?" She dropped heavily into the seat beside me. "His name is Daniel. He's a client." "We didn't. It wasn't intentional." Things simply unfolded. "How long has this been happening?" 3 months. 3 months. The precise time frame when the late-night outings began, when morning workouts suddenly mattered. 3 months filled with deception and psychological tricks, while I remained at home questioning my own mind. "Did you have sex with him?" She hesitated just long enough for the truth to settle in. "Only twice," she murmured, "and nothing for the past 2 weeks. I promise I intended to stop it." I actually chuckled out loud. Really? Or were you planning to carry on until someone forced your hand? She reached toward my hand. I'm truly sorry. I have no idea what came over me. He just made me feel desired again. He said the words I'd been craving, and that excuses betrayal. That excuses daily dishonesty toward me? I realize it doesn't. I'm deeply sorry. But I continued exploring the cloud folder. More images appeared, plenty featuring him. Several captured while she stood nearby. One clearly displayed a ring on his left ring finger, a wedding ring. Is he married? Her lack of response said it all. My God, Fiona. You were involved with a married guy. I didn't find out right away. Did you bother checking, or did you prefer staying ignorant? Tears began rolling down her face. But inside me nothing stirred, no compassion, no grief, only a sharp, icy fury. Update: that same night I told her to pack and go. She asked where she could possibly stay. I realized the answer didn't matter to me anymore. She crashed at her friend Lauren's apartment. For roughly 6 hours I felt completely empty. Then the rage flooded in. Sleep escaped me entirely. My mind replayed every moment she'd returned home, embraced me, pressed a goodnight kiss to my lips, all while carrying traces of him. Every "I love you" delivered amid active deception. The following morning I took an action I'm not proud to admit, yet I stand by it. I examined the images with greater care. One captured his face plainly. He wore a conference badge. Zooming revealed the name: Daniel Hoffman, Regional Director. Within an hour I located his LinkedIn profile, then his Facebook. Next came his wife, Claire. Her account was fully open. Wedding albums from 5 years prior. Fresh photos from what seemed like a golf club gathering. She appeared sincerely joyful in every frame. I wrestled with the decision for a solid 3 hours. This was my chance to rise above it all. I could erase everything, walk away, keep the infidelity private, act mature and dignified. But after 5 years with a woman who stared into my eyes and lied repeatedly, who twisted my reality and made me doubt myself, who spent nights in hotel rooms with another woman's spouse. No, I refused to take the high road. I moved the relevant vacation shots to a private folder, saved copies locally, and set up a fresh, anonymous Facebook profile. No real details. I sent a friend request to Claire Hoffman. She approved it the very next day. Trust comes easily sometimes. Then I messaged her privately, 3 photos attached, 0 words. Simply the evidence of her husband alongside my girlfriend. I waited. Alerts began arriving within 20 minutes. Update 2, Claire handled it with 0 calm. She confronted Daniel with the images almost instantly. He denied it all at first. That defense crumbled in about 15 minutes when she pressed him to justify why he appeared in photos with another woman at the precise hotel he'd claimed was hosting his solo business trip. The fallout erupted publicly on Facebook. Claire switched her profile picture to solid black. Then she shared a post. If the man you love cheats while you're raising a family, guess what he's taken now? Lies catch up eventually. Tag anyone who needs this lesson. She tagged Daniel directly. Less than an hour later, she uploaded the actual photos. Comments poured in relentlessly. Coworkers, mutual acquaintances, relatives, everyone had an opinion. Watching it unfold felt harsh, even knowing his guilt. Daniel's employer enforces a strict policy against unprofessional conduct. Apparently, public extramarital scandals with business contacts qualify. He lost his job, escorted out by security. Fiona rang me in a panic. What have you done? What on earth did you do? I let his wife see reality, nothing more. You've ruined people's lives. Their marriage is finished. Perhaps that marriage shouldn't have continued while he was sleeping with you. She ended the call abruptly, but things grew more tangled from there. Update 3, 2 days following the Facebook storm, a lawyer contacted me. Daniel planned to sue for defamation plus invasion of privacy. The argument: the images were captured without his approval. They belonged to Fiona originally, technically her property, and I lacked authorization to share them. The attorney warned of possible civil action. Then Fiona appeared at my door. She'd spent 3 days at Lauren's and looked utterly exhausted. Bloodshot eyes, trembling hands, she carried several boxes. I'm leaving for good, she announced. Not temporarily at Lauren's hoping you'll soften. I'm finding my own apartment. I nearly pitied her. Nearly. And Daniel's legal threat? He's being foolish. Claire's lawyer is destroying him piece by piece. She's pursuing every angle in the divorce over his cheating. He's attempting to shift blame onto you to avoid accountability. She hesitated. Still, they could have some legal ground. You ought to consult counsel. I already had. My attorney explained that sharing non-explicit revenge material isn't automatically criminal, but it's far from risk-free either. Importantly, Fiona herself photographed them. She uploaded everything to our joint cloud. No hacking, no theft, merely passing along to someone directly concerned. The lawyer assessed Daniel's claim as flimsy, though defending it would still cost money and stress. Why go that far? Fiona asked. We sat in the living room. For the first time since everything surfaced, she met my gaze directly. You really want honesty? I think I deserve it. No, you really don't. But fine, I'll give it anyway. For 3 months you deceived me constantly. For 3 months you made me question my sanity. You twisted every concern I raised. And when confronted, you downplayed everything. Only twice. It wasn't deliberate. I planned to stop. As if any of that erased the damage. I exhaled slowly. So yes, I wanted him to face fallout. I wanted his wife informed, and I wanted you to grasp that choices carry weight. I get it now. That's why I'm leaving. You're leaving because exposure happened, and because his wife turned his world upside down, not because you truly comprehend the betrayal. She offered no rebuttal. She simply completed her packing. Final update, 6 weeks have passed. Daniel and Claire's divorce is definitely proceeding. Their separation turned very public and ugly after Claire supplied additional details to his former employer regarding his repeated pattern. Evidently, he'd cheated before. His professional reputation lies in ruins. He accepted a payout and relocated to his parents' home. His LinkedIn shows he's job hunting in an unrelated industry. Fiona secured a small one-bedroom place on the other side of the city. She attends counseling regularly. We exchange occasional messages, but the connection is gone. She once appeared at my door with flowers and a lengthy apology speech. I heard her out, expressed appreciation for the effort, then politely requested she depart. The threatened lawsuit fizzled. Daniel's legal team concluded the case lacked strength and withdrew. Here's the part people rarely mention. Revenge fails to heal you. I assumed revealing the truth would deliver peace or some sense of justice. Instead, it left an emptiness behind. I released my fury outward. The world absorbed it and amplified the pain for all parties. Yet none of that restored the 5 years I invested trusting someone fundamentally untruthful. My therapist believes I'm handling the recovery reasonably well, learning not to shoulder blame for her decisions. I'm working on accepting that. Dating hasn't crossed my mind yet. I'm unsure when or if it will. For now, I focus on restoring routine, spending time with friends, improving my living space, picking up books again, and vowing never again to dismiss warning signs. Edit 1. A few readers inquired whether she's reached out lately. No communication in the past 4 weeks. Through a shared acquaintance, Lauren mentioned Fiona is managing all right, attending therapy consistently and moving forward gradually. I'm sincerely pleased she's seeking support. Hatred toward her has faded, though it burned strongly once. She was someone dear who chose poorly. I was someone wounded who responded imperfectly. Neither of us navigated this with grace. Edit 2. Just to address questions about the images. They originated as our joint vacation photos. Fiona snapped the majority. All were automatically saved to our shared cloud backup. The ones including Daniel technically belonged to her, contributing to the legal ambiguity. Attorneys noted that sharing personal images without permission carries risks under various laws. I avoided serious trouble. Please don't replicate this approach. Edit 3. No, reconciliation never entered the picture. And no, friendship seems impossible down the line. Certain bonds simply conclude. This one concluded painfully for every person touched by it. That's simply how it unfolded.